October 1st through October 15th of 2020. This is a 5-card tarot card reading for overall energy reading. In general, it's meant for the larger collective and is intended for informational purposes. The information may not resonate with all cancers, and that's totally okay. Please take what fits and let the rest go. To save time, I already shuffled the cards and requested the universe guidance, and the cards that were ejected on their own are listed here. Those 5 cards listed here were exited during the shuffle for this overall energy reading. The first card here represents the overall energy for past influences within the last few months. These were, in some cases, the energy may have resolved, and in other cases may still be lingering. The second card here represents the overall energy during this time frame for your present state, what's going on with you currently. The third card here represents the overall energy for this time frame for sort of future energies during that you're coming up within this time period. And the fourth card represents the current overall energy for any potential challenges that may come up during this time period. And the fifth card here represents the overall energy that for this time period that of outcomes of those particular specific energies. So with our first card here, we have the 9 of Cups in your past influences. We have the 5 of Cups in your present state. We have the 10 of Cups in your future. We have the 7 of Cups in your challenges. And we have the Moon in your outcomes. Now, Cancer, keep in mind, you have the majority of the Suit of Cups here in this reading. When there is a majority of a suit in one reading, it usually is indicative that you, Cancer, or many Cancerans are seeking solutions to some sort of issue or question or problem or challenge or something. It's very indicative that you're seeking solutions or seeking answers here to whatever that means, because you had definitely 4 of the 5 cards are in the cup suite here. So here in our past influences, we have the 9 of Cups. I'm picking up here, Cancer, that for many of you, you know, it's sort of your heart was overflowing in the last couple of months. Many Cancers are sort of overflowing with love and appreciation of things that were involved in your life. You know, the 9 of Cups coming up here, Cancer, and your overall energy for your past influences was really about emotional fulfillment, happiness, and contentment. When this card is appearing in your past influences, it's demonstrating that for many Cancers, you've been content with most aspects of your life: relationship, work, lifestyle, well-being, and more. Many Cancers were feeling sort of basking in the abundance of life and experiencing emotions with a lot of intensity and with pleasure. I'm picking up that the purpose of the 9 of Cups for many Cancers in their past influences was sort of a wish card. It comes as a sign that the planets were aligned for you, Cancer, and that you were getting pretty much everything that you wished for from the universe. In many cases, many Cancers were very happy. For some Cancers, if you made a wish and you were patiently waiting for it to come to fruition, this card in your past influences was an excellent omen that it will soon be granted. The 9 of Cups here, Cancers, is an invitation for you during this time frame was to splurge and indulge and enjoy life pleasures. This was including good food and wine, appreciating the arts, making love, relaxing in a spa, experiencing beauty. It was about living in the moment and giving yourself, Cancer, that permission to indulge temporarily without feeling guilt about possible consequences of the pleasure. For many cancers, the Nine of Cups was also in your past a chance and an opportunity to count your blessings and express gratitude for what you have. Um, Many cancers may have sort of got into sort of a routine of starting and ending your day by creating sort of that mental list of things that you were happy about and grateful for. And you sort of, over time, many cancers have been learning that when you intensify that sort of uh, aspirations every day, that you're going to get a sense of commitment and contentment, and the laws of attraction. If you think positive things will come to you. Um, for some cancers, if you were struggling, to find that positive side of life, then expressing, gratitude is really going to help you, achieve things and see things much clearer. Keep in mind, cancers, that the Nine of Cups here is that, is about, sort of feeling comfortable for a short period of time. It's not necessarily a long term. This is about realizing contentment and fulfillment is about, it can be temporary, and everything is always in a state of change. And for many cancers in your past year, it was an opportunity to sort of appreciate what you have now at that time, and to cherish it because it could disappear, and you may need to adjust or adapt later. So, Cancer, we have now in our present state at this time frame, you have the Five of Cups. So, Cancers, the Five of Cups appears in this reading in your present situation when something it hasn't turned out the way you might have expected. Some cancers may be feeling sad or regretful, perhaps disappointed, and those sort of feelings are perhaps preventing you from moving on with your life. Um, some cancers perhaps are choosing or wanting to sort of wallow in self-pity right now. Um, and perhaps your cancer, all you're seeing is what went wrong and how you perhaps failed. Uh, you know, the Five of Cups here in your present state is basically coming in and saying, Cancer, snap out of it, and get over it. Yes, feel the feels, feel the hurt, but it's telling you, Cancer, set a time limit for your self pity, and then pull yourself together and move on. The Five of Cups is a very direct card, so it's suggesting to you, Cancer, that if you're stuck somewhere, or you're stuck in your past and you can't let it go, old wounds and bitter memories can flood your mind as you think about things that could have been, should have been, would have been. In some cases, the Cancer, you may blame yourself, or perhaps you're feeling that you were a victim of some sort of circumstances. But these are negative emotions, Cancer, are holding you back, and particularly from your fullest potential. This card here in your present state is encouraging you, Cancer, to release your hurts, even if you're at fault. Just release them, and because they're no longer serving you. And once you sort of release them, those positive changes are going to start for you, and you're going to see things in a different light. It's key here, Cancer, that forgiveness is vital, and the Five of Cups is about forgiveness, not only for yourself, but for others who may have done you wrong. If someone has disappointed you, find it with your heart to forgive that person. Cancer, it's important that you release yourself from disappointment. If you feel frustrated with yourself, just trust that you did the best that you could in the circumstances and with the information that you had at the time. And more importantly, learn from any mistakes that you may have made. Remember, Cancer, that the hindsight is much clearer than foresight, and wisdom in the present moment comes from the mistakes of the past. So, I repeat that. Hindsight is much clearer than foresight, and wisdom in the present moment comes from mistakes from the past. The spirits here, are encouraging, or want you, Cancer, to reflect on that statement there, and to sort of do a self introspection about what led you to this point, and give you a sort of an understanding of what valuable lessons you can take from this experience. Even when things go sort of pear-shaped, you can always take away something positive by reflecting on the lessons learned. And this card is about turning that into something more positive. The Five of Cups here, Cancer, shows you that even though things aren't going the way that you wanted or expected or hoped for, new opportunities and new possibilities are waiting for you, but only when you're ready. And this card now in your present state is encouraging you to shift your mindset and focus on what you can and want and where you can go from this point forward and onward. It is encouraging you, Cancer, to be open to the brighter side of life and know that many blessings are in disguise right now, but they're not gone. Instead of seeing the glass half empty, Cancer, the universe is encouraging you to change your perspective and look at the glass as half full, and you will succeed. In your future energies of this present time frame, we have again the Cups, and we have the Ten of Cups. Now, this is playing off of this. If you change your mindset in your present state, your future state here, Cancer, this is basically demonstrating or going to show you that the Ten of Cups embodies happiness, joy, and emotional contentment, particularly in relationships and family. So this challenge that you may have had for some Cancers is saying get over it and look at the other joys that you have in life and in your other relationships and family, and happiness is going to come to you. And it's important that, Cancer, that you share this love with others, expanding your heart even more. Cancer, this card is coming up in your future present state, and it is letting you know that you're going to be surrounded by loved ones and people who care about you, and who you share a powerful and deep connection with. It's important that you appreciate and support one another and help each other. You, Cancer, can reach your highest potential right now by doing such. It brings, particularly you will get a lot of joy when you see your loved ones succeed and live happy lives. The Ten of Cups here is about a happy family card, Cancer, suggesting that your family relationships, whoever you may determine as family, will become harmonious and loving right in this future present time period. If it's not already happening, you're going to see that no one's really fighting or causing tension, and all family members are getting along with each other. It's about sharing love and happiness. This card is appearing here because it's going to encourage you to spend more time with your family, perhaps on a holiday or reunion or event. And it's encouraging you to sort of rest and relax together and create family fun and memories and strong bonds. This will help you. The Ten of Cups is a positive card also for romantic relationships, and is indicative that perhaps some Cancers are going to find either a new and blissful relationship, or their current relationship may come into a long-term commitment, such as engagement, a marriage, or starting a family together. This card is indicating that if you are involved with somebody, you're going to share an everlasting love and may believe, perhaps that your soulmate's destined to be one another. As well, the Ten of Cups is going to pop up here, Cancer, because if you're going to be feeling this sense of wholeness and completion and alignment in your relationships and with others. If you're going to be experiencing this idyllic state of peace, harmony, and love, where your dreams and wishes can come true. And it's again going to go back to your past influences, and again concentrate on what brings you peace and harmony and love, and show your gratitude for such. Again, positive thinking creates positive attraction. Let your feelings and emotions guide you is what I'm picking up here, Cancer. When something feels fantastic, do more of it. When something doesn't feel right, do less of it. Allow your inner guidance to lead you the way, Cancer, and it's encouraging you to seek out opportunities that will fulfill you and align you with your personal values, instead of following a path that others expect you to take. And our future challenges here for you, Cancer, we have the Seven of Cups, And challenges, again, do not necessarily have to be negative things. So again, Cancer, I'm picking up the energy from this card is about new opportunities for you and choices, and at times it could be illusion. The Seven of Cups is appearing here as in your challenges, not necessarily as negative, but it's sort of encouraging you to be open to many options and opportunities that you will be able to choose from, and your challenge is which to choose. The challenge is also to be careful which one you choose. For Cancer, it's encouraging you to be mindful that you're prone to illusion and unrealistic ideals at times, and an opportunity that may promise you more money and more fame and more power may sound appealing, but when you look deeper below the surface, you're going to realize that not everything is correct as it's to be. So be careful to keep your ego in check, Cancer, before you go in a specific direction. It's important that you check in with your higher self first, and it's always important that you evaluate your options and dig below the surface, Cancer, to discover what's involved with each one of those choices. And picking up here, with the Seven of Cups here in your outcomes or your challenges, I'm sorry, is a sign of wishful thinking and projecting into the future about what you would like to create, but it's projecting and thinking about. It's not about taking action right here at this moment. So you might, things that you're sort of wishing for, you might want to jot down and sort of put them in those thoughts and sort of map out what a strategic plan is needed and what you need to do to accomplish that. It's about the planning stages here. So it's planning and not necessarily achieving. And the reason why this is important, Cancer, because by doing this, you may find that some of your ideas are not grounded with reality, or they may be unattainable. So it's encouraging to enjoy this sort of mapping, strategic planning process, because you're going to learn from it, and you may find there's obstacles that you didn't prepare for, and if you can get through them, or you can't get through them, you'll have an opportunity to have an alternative plan. Keep in mind, some things sound fabulous in our imaginations, but when it comes to implementing them, they may not always work in the real world, and it's important to know that to sort of save your resources and your energy. The Seven of Cups I'm picking up here is also the word coming up here, Cancer, is a shiny object syndrome. So, explain the universe. Okay, they're saying here, Cancer, to beware of the shiny object syndrome, and they're referring to an example is where you might sort of find the next big thing, and it might look really great and have shine and bells and whistles and sounds awesome. However, what may be occurring is that you're constantly seeking in that idea phase, and you miss the chance to sort of bring your designs to reality. Again, this card is encouraging you, Cancer, to focus on one thing at a time, and that the more you focus on it, the closer you will get to your goal. And it's encouraging you to resist temptation to get sidetracked, which all these shiny syndrome things are about, sidetracking you and preventing you from getting to where you want to go. So if you have to, it's important that you note your ideas as they come up, but stay focused on one thing that you're doing. Cancer, this card is inviting you to sort of move out of the ideas and operation phase and choose something that you want to do. And once you have chosen it, evaluate the pros and cons, and it's up to you to make sure that the option that you select is in alignment with your purpose and for your highest good. And again, you want to enjoy and you want to feel happy about what it is you're doing. Keep in mind that if you select something that you feel somewhat paralyzed, that's not in your alignment, you're going to be paralyzed and you're going to create obstacles, because the universe is not going to let you proceed if it's not right for you. So again, this is about sort of selecting and then looking at pros and cons, how you feel about it, how it's going to make you happy, what you want to achieve out of it, and that sort of thing. And finally, in our outcomes, there we go. We have the Moon card, and this is a very interesting card. This is a Major Arcana card, and it's showing here in your present overall energy, or your for this time frame. It's the Moon here, Cancer, is sort of representing fears and illusions that often come out, and particularly if you're projecting fear into your present and your future based on past experiences. For some Cancers, you may have had a painful memory of some sort of emotional distress, and so rather dealing with the emotions, you push them down deeper into your subconscious. So I'm picking up, particularly for some Cancers, the major energy here is is a relationship I'm picking up, and I'm picking up not necessarily a work relationship. I'm picking up it's a current relationship that some Cancers are in, and that's the major energy I'm getting from this card. So it may not reflect with all Cancers, but the main thing I'm picking up here is Cancers who are in a current relationship. It may not be going the way you were hoping, and perhaps you're feeling somewhat trapped. That projecting fear of present is, this may be reminding you of a past relationship that you were in and you haven't dealt with that experience. So to remedy this, this card is encouraging you, Cancer, to sort of connect with your subconscious mind and release those fears and anxieties that were holding you back. Remember your past hurts and past anguishes and past mistakes, and you need to release them, particularly if they're no longer serving you any good, because they will sort of come back as stumbling blocks for you. So they can help sort of heal you in this process. And as we know, the Moon Cancer can create sort of a time of uncertainty and illusion, where nothing possibly seems the same. So it's encouraging you, Cancer, to be careful of making fast decisions when the Moon appears, because later you realize that you only had half of the information. So this is about not jumping to conclusions and not making assumptions either. It's encouraging to let go of conscious blocks and negative self-talk, and let your intuition guide you. Your dreams and intuition and inner guidance will lead you forward to that sort of higher level of understanding. And if you listen to those, Cancer, and use that judgment, it's going to help you interpret messages that are coming to you. Cancer, when when this appears here, especially in your outcomes, it's encouraging you to pay close attention to lunar cycles, and to attune them to your divine power, using visualization and meditation and affirmations. Connect with your divine feminine, and uncover sort of deep intuitive insights and visions during this time, about especially that are beyond things of everyday life. When there's a new moon, it's about setting intentions and planting seeds of opportunity so they can grow. And as the full moon comes, it's about honoring your achievements and looking what you need to release, so that new aspects for yourself can shine. So right now, this is the key message takeaway for you, Cancer, is release things that are no longer serving you. Identify and release them, and the moon will present a new moon for you. So I hope that fits with some Cancers, may not fit with all. So anyway, Cancer, there is your overall energy reading for October 1 through the 15th of 2020. I thank you so much, Cancer, for watching this video. If you would like to support my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. The YouTube algorithms depend on your support by clicking on the big three. Please click on the like the video, click on subscribe to this channel, and click onto the notification buttons. That will help. Please feel free to leave a comment if you feel any part of this reading was applicable to you. I would be interested in hearing that. However, keep in mind, for some Cancers, if none of it or part of it did not resonate with you, please let it go. It's perfectly okay. The reading wasn't meant for you at this time then, and there's not a problem with that. So Cancer, thank you so much, and appreciate it, and we will see you in the last 2 weeks of October. Again, thank you, and have a good one.